Truck Lady C. Arlene, welcome. Get this one over here rolling too, so might help the chat. Was thinking last night. Had a few ideas. Was thinking last night. Turn this down. Oh, there we go. Wait for a few people to get in. A few more to come in. Truck Lady C, good to see you. We got 2 people in here now. At least that's what it says. Fix this here. Go to live chat instead of top. There we go. Yeah, I was sitting last night and I was thinking, you know, those, what if? And I had some, I'm sure other people have thought of it, but I thought, well, this can't be too dangerous. John G, welcome. Let's stuff around here. I guess I didn't charge my phone the last time I used it, but luckily I got a car charger in here in the truck. Carry 2 of them. So we get a few more people in. So I'm going live early. Maybe like 5 minutes early or something, yeah. So I don't even know if the actual live notification's gone out yet or not. But, yeah, I got this idea and I was like, wow, maybe, what if this? And it's like, well, this could support it. Something else could support it. But what I was thinking about, I'll probably have to rehash because everybody will come in right after I get done explaining it or saying what I was thinking. It's like, what if we're not just like, when we're here, like right now, our complete being, like our spirit or whatever, is complete. What if we have the ability to like fracture and break it down, and there could be actually like 4. We could be 4 all at the same time. We could be in one place. We could be at another place, and like instead of having like the past lives, future lives. I mean, what if we do that and we are living all those lives at the same exact time? Just a little piece of us is here right now. Another piece of us is in according to our linear timeline, in the future. Several pieces are in the past. And instead of when they do the past life, future life, whatever, the regression is not like we've already lived those lives. It's like we're living them now, and we're actually like contacting ourselves when we're in that. Like the hypnosis actually puts us into like a meditation, and we're like making contact with all those. And that's what's really happening instead of, well, I've already lived this life, so no, you're living it now. You're just making a psychic connection with yourself, and nobody's talking. What happened, guys? Did I put you to sleep? Hope not. there's some other things I think that this, if this was true, would definitely help explain some of those things that make you go, that even science recognizes. Oh, I got some more people coming in. Native Grammy, welcome. James, welcome. But I was thinking, I probably have to change the title. Donna Rock, welcome. Um, wouldn't, if this was possible, besides that, wouldn't this also, like I said, if you could be living multiple lives, future, past, all at the same instant, um, could you possibly be living two lives in at the same time right now here? Like say one in the US and another in Canada or Mexico or something. And if that was possible, then you'd have to, would that explain doppelgangers? I mean, if sometimes we look, we keep the same basic appearance from life to life, wouldn't that explain doppelgangers? Like halfway around the globe, there's somebody that looks exactly like you, and technically it is you, but just a little piece of you, and then a little piece of you over here. That that could be possible too. We could actually be seeing ourselves. I mean, it wouldn't be just us, because I mean, obviously, if you're in a spirit or in a room with 50 spirits, I don't know if it would be all the same you. Yeah, and actually, something else I wanted to bring up, and I'm glad you said that. I have one video, and if Atlantis comes on here later, there was one video where CJ heard, who did he say it was? Heard one of the guys from the group. I can't remember who he said it was. And he heard him say his own name in his own voice. Could that be a fracture of him? Could that be part of why sometimes twins, when twins are born, they have like a strong unspoken connection where one could be in California and the other one could be in New York, and the one in New York gets their hand slammed in the door, and the one in California can actually feel the pain of the hand getting slammed in the door. Is it because they're both the same person? What's that, Wanker? Who's that name? Wanker somebody? Wanker Bean. I don't know. Maybe that's what ectoplasm is. Have you? Hey, Minx Laura, welcome. Yeah, Wanker Bean has some good questions. I don't know if that'd be considered ectoplasm or what. Never really thought about ghost poop. Oh, I can say poop. I say poop all the time. I just don't step in it. Yeah, see, that's a key. It's like that old Cheech and Chong thing where they smell it, touch it, taste it. I don't know, maybe that's something Wanker Bean has done. Oh yeah, Wanker Bean's a troll. I know it. I like to have fun with them. And then when they finally decide it's after they taste it and all that it's not dog poop, they say, boy, it's a good thing we didn't step in it. But I think that's what Wanker Bean just did. Just don't track it on my carpet, guy. But yeah, I think that might explain why oh crap, I almost unplugged my charger. Hold on, guys. I didn't charge it after last time. I started at 50%. Hey, Belinda. But I think that might be why there's sometimes the twins can. There's that special psychic connection between the two of them. Maybe it's because um, they're the same soul, just a little uh, fractal piece here in this one, and a fractal piece in another, and especially if they're identical twins. Yeah, I think he had to go change his depends. I just see I didn't see him being blocked, so I just seen the deleted messages. So oh, Winker. I thought his name was Wanker. Wanker Bean. Okay. I'll still just call him Wanker Bean. So how's everybody else doing today? I just want to get I just wanted to get other people's thoughts on that. It was one of those questions like, made me wonder. You guys have any thoughts, any ideas? Think it's possible? Think it's not possible? Sometimes I'll do that and I'll sit and think those what if questions and try to speculate on why is this happening? Why is that happening? Could this be the reason? I mean, sometimes twins can be the different spirits, but I mean, can we say for sure one way or the other? I mean, right now, or you think like that sometimes too? And sometimes it's like you start thinking, and it's like, well, maybe this, maybe that, and you start getting out there, and it's like, wow, this is getting like way in the hell out there, getting crazy. With the storm, the thing about the storm, we didn't really get hard rain here last night. It rained for a long time. Sometimes it picked up, sometimes it let down, but the wind was like, oh my God. It almost knocked me down a few times. I felt like my feet were going to come right out from under me when one of those gusts came up. I was like, I haven't been to sleep yet, so I'm fairly wide awake. Has anybody ever here had a, hey, Paranormal Mama, welcome. Has anybody ever had like a past life regression or anything like that? Past life they know about? Yeah, that's what I did. I just got off. I got off at 6 o'clock. Or no, this was a 12-hour day. I got up at 10 o'clock. Micah, welcome. I got off at 10 o'clock. Raced back to town. Got here about 10 minutes to 11. Got some gas and then shot home. I think it's technically still morning here. Yeah, it's 11:25 a.m. So maybe brunch time. Yeah, practice paranormal. What I was talking about earlier is like what if instead of if we live our past lives, future lives, present lives, instead of us like doing it one life at a time, what if we fracture our spirit and into smaller pieces that are still, we're all there, it's just a smaller piece of us, and we do all those lives at the same time, not one at a time, but all at the same time. What do you think, Paranormal Mama? What's your opinion on that? Have you ever thought about that? Oh yeah, I got to be back at 10 o'clock tonight. Like I said, I got off at 10 and I got to be back at 10 and tonight, and it's almost a 1 hour drive each way, so like Wednesdays and Friday mornings I'll make sure I cook up a big batch of something, like big batch of pork chops, some rice-a-roni, potatoes. That way I don't have to cook during the weekend. That way, instead of cooking right now, it's already done in there. All I gotta do is, after the stream, go in there, toss it in the microwave, hit 2 minutes, and just wait. Hey Cheryl, welcome. Oh, and something else I was going to say, check your notifications on your favorite channels, because something I found out last night, what YouTube is doing is, a lot of people say they're not getting notified. Hit the like, maybe leave a comment, do one of those two, and watch for several minutes to stay notified to that channel. And if you don't, keep up on it, they'll lower the notification from always to sometimes, and then maybe just unsub if several videos. If you only check like maybe once every 2 or 3 weeks, the algorithm might be unsubbing. So that could be one of the issues with the notifications and creators losing subs. A lot of subs that 1 or 2 days. It's like, wow. So just keep that in mind when you go in. Double check. Yeah, I've seen all of them. I think. I mean, over time, I remember the first Matrix, and then another one came out, and it seems there was maybe a third one. I don't know. I kind of lost track of them, exactly the exact titles. That's one thing about. Yeah, see, we could have part. I mean, part of us could be on actually in another dimension at the moment, or something else I thought of is: are there every time how they say we make a decision, they turn left, turn right, that creates another reality? Are we in more than one? I guess like parallel dimension, they'd call it. Are we in all of those at the same time? Or are those kind of off? I mean, I know it's kind of hard to explain that, but it's like every time we do that, do we sit there and break off, and then somebody else that makes a decision and then creates a different reality, do we fracture again? I don't know. Because, I mean, the possibilities all through time, if that's possible, there could be a trillion different parallel Earths. Hey, Buzz, welcome. Yeah, Buzz, it could be. I mean, I thought the same thing. The game Rock'em Sock'em Robots. That's from like way back. You got one red and one blue. And we're talking, Samantha, we're talking about our spirit being able to be fractured and yet stay and not completely break off. We still contain everything, who we are, but we can be living past lives, future lives, present lives, all at the same time. Oh shit! Don't go flying. Damn. Come on. And that would also, what I was thinking, that would also explain if, like, you are in Ireland, if you're living one life here and you can live a second life at the same exact linear timeline, would you be a doppelganger? Would you look different or would you look the same? I mean, if you can look the same from life to life, and you could have a doppelganger in, say, Texas. Of course, they would speak a little differently, but you would still be you in both places at the same time and not realize it until after you physically pass here and then rejoin your main consciousness. wherever it may be, whatever dimension it may be in. And deja vu, yeah. And it may be, yeah, it could be. If you're living two lives, say this in this timeline, and the first you, say, goes and visits, say, the Statue of Liberty, and walks into the room, and then later in the linear timeline, the other you goes and experiences walking into the same room, and you get deja vu, like, I've been here before. I haven't heard about that. I never heard of is that something we're not supposed to know? Sometimes could we be talking to our own selves on the spirit box? Getting a response from our own selves. That's what is that? Oh, I think it's Atlantis. I think it was Sebastian. Sebastian? Not Sebastian. What's his name? Oh crap! I can't even remember. I can't even remember his name. I just know it starts with an S. Hey, Maya, welcome. Yeah, because he heard a team member say his own name over my spirit box during a live stream at a cemetery. Yeah. As far as Elvis still being alive, there's some really good impersonators out there that really get into it. Like, I mean, the haircut, the sideburns, everything. Are people actually seeing Elvis, or I mean, how many impersonators does he have? 10,000, 15,000, 20,000 impersonators? I know there's a lot of them. Is that what they're seeing, or are they actually seeing a doppelganger that is really Elvis? Or did Elvis really die? That gets into a lot of theory. His name being misspelled on his headstone, which I think, with the finances he had to put towards the funeral, they would have got somebody who knows how to spell his name. Oh, yeah. You heard your own voice. You could have got that on those and then gotten some not really expensive software for voice that analyzes the voices, and you played you talking and then played the responses that came over the spirit box, and it would say, like, within 98% or 97% a likelihood that is the same person. I think that would be cool. That might be something to check into. Get voice analysis software. And then kind of compare EVPs. Especially if you had like a group of people in different locations. And then you find out that Tim's World, welcome. And then you find out that you're getting the same spirit in several EVPs, and you compare it with other investigators, and they're getting the same spirit or the same voice over their boxes. That'd be something interesting to check out. So is you feeling better, Samantha? The weather getting better over there? Just waiting to see if it starts raining again soon. It rained most of the night, let up for a while. I'll kind of angle this out. You can see some of the clouds there. Oh, you got Molly? Okay. Molly, is there a spirit named Molly attached to the doll, or is a spirit named Molly like inside the doll? Yeah, that's what I've been struggling with, especially last night. It was freaking bad. Hella bad. I mean, I was taking Advil, ibuprofen, and I had my CBD oil. And, I mean, I know it was working, but I could still several times felt like I had a large bore needle jabbed under my kneecap. Okay, so there's going to be some negative energy in there. That lady could be stuck. And she could be stuck there. She might be, I mean, when somebody does something like that, and then they realize after they've done it, it's like, oh crap. They may be a little leery of walking into the light because they don't know what direction. They fear they're not going to go the direction with the warm fuzzies, but the burn, poke, and prod. So they may refuse to go into the light and stay in a familiar area. You ever meet yourselves and become one? Oh, I don't know if it'd be set up where you can actually realize that you are the same. You know, if your spirit is get back here. Oh, okay. Yeah, see, you may not realize it at the time, but or did you meet yourself as a doppelganger? Yeah, you'd probably like kind of trip out a little bit. It's like, wow, you look exactly like me. And then the other you's thinking, yeah, you look exactly like me. But like I was talking about twins, you know, some twins can some twins, it's like they've got that psychic connection. And like I said, one's in New York gets his hand slammed in a cab door, and the one in California can feel the pain in their hand and know something's up with their twin. Also, there's been instances of twins being born. They're separated at birth. They're adopted out to different families. They don't know about each other. Um, 40 years later, they find out, and then even though they were raised in different areas, different families, they both of them might like their steak cooked a certain way. They could have like a certain little quirk or something. Both of them have the same quirk, even though they never even knew each other existed until later on. But it's like a lot of their likes, their dislikes, their behaviors are like mirror the same, exactly the same, like a carbon copy of each other. Could that be another example of the like a fractured spirit? I'm trying to see that. Very small. Let eat with Nadira. Nadira, welcome. If anybody's new, please hit the subscribe, ring the bell. Oh, like empathic ability, or actual like emotions, or actual like physical pain. Yeah, you guys support each other. And I'm just going to do a real quick little recap for the people coming in. Um, watch your notifications. If you're not getting notified from somebody you're subscribed to, you may have to go to fix it, unsub, wait a minute, and then resub, and then bring the notifications. But what's YouTube is written into their IA algorithm that if somebody's subscribed and they get the notifications, they'll be sent the notifications. Um, if they're not active with that channel, um, they could stop getting notifications, and they could even after some time be unsubbed from them because they're not active with their channel. They're watching that now. I don't know. It's like, people do have lives. They can't sit there. They're subscribed to 1,000 people or 500 people. You can't watch 500 videos a day. But what you'll still have to do is at least go in, give a thumbs up, maybe leave a comment. I think even your when you're in chat, if you make a post in chat, that's considered a comment. Not just having to go and leave a comment in the comment after the video. Hey, Dark Prince, welcome. Oh, empathic? Okay. Oh, that reminds me of an experiment I did a long time ago. It's been not that long, about 10 years ago. 10, maybe more like 12 years. But I was married at that time, and I was trying to think of a word that my wife never used. And so I spent most of the morning as like, okay, well, I've got one that she never uses. I've never heard her use, and we've been together for years at that time, and she never said it. So what I did is I just focused on her, and then I focused on the word and said the word out loud as I was focusing on her. And I did this for, I don't know, a minute or two. And the word I came up with was rigmarole. She never said that. My first wife said it, but my second one, she never said it. So I focused on that word. So she came home, and we're kind of going through. It was like, nothing's really said. And the next morning, when she got up and we're going about the house, she started using that word. And she used it several times throughout that day. And then, I don't know if she used it the next day or not, but I just remember that she did use it several times. And then, after it kind of, I guess, wore off, or some time went by, she never said it again either. So I'm just wondering, it was like, did we actually make some telepathic link and subconsciously plant that word in her mind, and then to where she actually says it? What do you guys think? Freak chance? Coincidence? Why a little bit? Yeah, my chat's not. It's starting to get a little bit warm. Sitting in the truck. Look at the time here. I'm probably going to shut this down here in a few minutes. I got to go back to work yet tonight again from a 12. At least I'm not going back to do a 12. It'll be a regular 8-hour shift. And after tonight's like my Thursday. there'll be trucks coming in the morning. Not sure if I have to deal with them or not. Hey guys, go ahead and everybody make a post. If you want to check out other channels and support them, go ahead and say drop something into the chat real quick. Exactly, Samantha. And something else that we only a small percentage. Like I think I may be wrong, but it's a small percentage. Like maybe 25% of our DNA. Only 25% of it we actually use. There's 75% that's like dormant. What the heck's that all about? Yeah, thanks for coming in a little bit. So yeah, while you guys are Baymax, welcome. Go ahead and if you want to check out each other's channels, um, check out the ones posted here. Just keep that in mind. Hit your favorite channels. Make sure you go in there when you see a notification. At least go in. Even if you're busy, and hit the thumbs up. Go back later and maybe leave a comment and all that, because that's the only way, from what I hear, to keep from having your notifications being dropped. To keep getting notifications, period, from certain channels. Usually when I get one, I'll go in there, and even if I'm busy or I'm going to lay down, I'll just hit it, give it a thumbs up, and then I'll just let it play. And I'm doing something off in the background. I'm cooking, or I could be picking something up, and I just let it run. Multitask. Because it's just, everything's done from my phone, so. I'll think about this a little bit more. I mean, if you have any ideas or anything that, any other situations that might be an example of like a fractured spirit or fractal part of multiples of the same spirit, put them in the comments below. We'll see what. Yeah, I was thinking I had no idea how many people was going to come in, because it's a Sunday morning. Everybody's who's not sleeping in is probably at church or something like that. But think about it. Leave a comment. What other examples? Like I was saying, the twins that can both feel, twins that have been separated at birth, raised by different families, but yet a lot of their habits, their likes and dislikes, little quirks they have, are like identical. They're like identical. Even though they may not look the same, or they can have different. Sometimes they even have a beard and have it trimmed the same way, and they've never met before. When they meet, this is what they're doing: mustache, a beard, same. Wear their hair the same way. Could be both of them prefer their short, with a mustache and a goatee, and they both. That's what they prefer, and it's identical. So just some thought. Um, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to close this down now. I'm going to go in and eat and probably go to bed in about half an hour. Yeah. Yeah, some of them could be identical twins. Some of them could be not identical twins, but it's actually the same, two slivers of the same spirit. Okay, thanks for coming in a little bit. I want to thank everybody for coming in. Appreciate it. Share the video out. If we can get any more ideas, anybody's got any other examples or some insight or maybe what ifs that could fit in, go ahead and leave a comment after you watch the video. But thanks for coming in. Everyone have a good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. Y'all sleep well, and until next time, everyone stay safe.